Welcome to the next tutorial. Now, we saw in the last tutorial that if we tried to delete an item that wasn't in our inventory, we got rather a nasty red error message coming up. Now, in coding, we always need to think about anything that the person using your software, whether it's a game or anything else you make, we have to think about anything they might possibly do and write into our code safeguards to stop the program from crashing because of an eventuality, because of something they've done that you haven't seen. This is why you sometimes get strange errors using computers, because whoever programmed it hasn't thought of that particular possibility happening, and the computer crashes. The software isn't always designed as best as it can be. So this is why when you write code for me, I want it to be as bulletproof as possible. So we cover eventualities, cover things a user might do that could cause our code to have a problem. So this is how we're going to fix our problem for having an empty inventory and then trying to delete something from it. It's actually not as hard as it looks. The only lines we're adding to the code here is pretty much this one. This is going to help us. So what we're doing here, we've got if the person has entered in yes, we're then putting another if statement below it. So this code is indented by one tab from this if. So it's what's called a nested if. It's an if statement within an if statement. Sounds complicated, but in practice, all you need to do before you write the next if statement is make sure your cursor is there and then hit enter, and it will give you the correct indentation. Let's just put it back. Right, so here we're saying if coin, which is the item that we're wanting to delete from the inventory, so that's got to be in speech marks, that's really important, and then the word in, and then the name we've called our inventory. So in our case, as you can see, we've called it inventory, so down here it is also inventory. If you've named it something different, make sure your name is here for inventory. Okay? Then we put a colon. Now what this line is doing, it's really easy in Python to do this. It's basically saying if the coin is in the inventory, then go ahead and print that you give the man the coin and that he lets you past, and then go ahead and try and delete it from the inventory. Yeah? So now this will work because the program will now check if the coin is there, and if it is, it will call the delete from inventory function and delete the coin, and then it's going to print for me the inventory to show that it's been deleted. And then finally I've put an else here just to tell the user that they don't have a coin, basically. Now, very important, make sure this if and this else is the same level of indentation, so they're both in alignment, exactly in alignment, otherwise the code won't work. So do be careful with that. These have to be on the same level. Okay, and then here we just put a colon and a print line saying you don't have a coin. Okay, just to tell the user they can't do that. Okay, let's run this and see if this code now works. So click OK. Here we go. So we've got a gold coin. Are we going to pick it up? Well, this time no, because we want to check if our code works as expected. So we've left it on the floor. We've printed our inventory, which as we can see, there's nothing in it. It's empty. A man blocks away and he asks us to give him the coin. Well, let's try and give him the coin that we know we don't have. So I'm going to press yes. You don't have a coin. So now our code works well, does what we want it to do, and you cannot, the user, the player, cannot now give something that he doesn't have in his inventory. Okay? Works a treat. So go away and add this to your code. Have a try and see if you can get it working. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.